The edition on the Balcony Chronicles. Got my cigar, punch cigar. Okay. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon? Hope everybody's doing very well. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, as usual. Got to show my face a little bit with the sunglasses, so I'm going to turn it around and let y'all see the view from my apartment. All right, there we go. I got my libations here. My tequila and orange juice. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I had so many things I wanted to talk about today. I don't want to talk about more dating issues or anything like that. I was in the middle of watching the St. John's, Arkansas game, Coach Cal and Coach Pitino. Sounds like it was a good game. I watched it at the first half at the bar and decided to just come home and just relax with my cigar. And I have an upcoming trip later on this week. I'm not going to tell y'all where I've been until after I come back on another edition of the Balcony Chronicles. What I got today is, I don't want to talk too much about dating, because I'm not really a dating expert. I'm not an expert in dating, all right? First of all, I'm out of the game anyway. I stopped dating. At 51 years old, it's nerve-wracking to match with a complete stranger, all right? Somebody I don't really know, and then go out, plan the date, make sure the bitch shows up. And then I have to sit there through 2 hours of 1.5, 2 hours of mindless conversation, all right? Until I realize either I don't like the bitch or she doesn't like me, but I don't know why I'm still here. So if I do get back in the dating game, I make it a rule to cut the bitch off after 15 to 20 minutes. If nothing is going on during our conversation, there's no attraction, there's nothing else going on, there's no touching, no physical contact or anything like that, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that bitch alone, because that bitch don't like me. I can tell that bitch don't like me. And I'll say this, man. I had dates where, I smashed on the first date. We all have. I have. And that was a good sign, man. That means the bitch really likes you. The bitch really likes you, or she just wanted to get her nut off. Either way, you win. We both win. Either she gets her nut off, I get to see some pussy, and that's the end of the story. That's cool, right? And that's how you fellas should really look at it, because women today, they really are a pain in the ass. The older I get, the more I realize that the women in my life, the women in all of y'all lives, are a pain in the ass. They are a burden. Especially old women, which I have no business even dealing with. And even as a young man, you shouldn't be dealing with no old women anyway. I mean, think about it. What are you going to do with an old woman? All right? Besides use up a whole box of condoms. You're not going to grow with them. You're not going to grow. You're not going to commingle finances together. You're not going to grow old. You're not going to grow together. All right? You're not going to acquire assets together. You're not going to be that power couple. You're just gonna be a 30-year-old man with a 50-year-old woman. Now, how the fuck is that gonna look? All right, that doesn't look good, man. I know some of you brothers love old women. All right, I know you like me to say older women. I know you like old women. Believe me, I had my share of old women. All right. Let me just say this. They know that there ain't gonna be no future between us. I know there ain't gonna be no future. I'm not marrying no old bitch. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I don't wanna marry an old bitch right now. Okay? See, if a bitch is my age and single, something's wrong with her. And believe me, I've been on quite a few dates with some women my age, some aunties my age, you know, because I thought, hey, maybe I should give the aunties a chance, all right? They turned out to be even more screwed up. You know, some of them are divorcees, some of them are baby mamas, some of them have old children still living at home with them that never had a male figure in their lives. I mean, I'll tell you about this bitch that I was on a date with a couple of weeks ago, man. Pretty much did me a favor when she said we wasn't a match. You know, I shouldn't be set tripping about it. I wasn't set tripping about it. See, what I did was when she said we wasn't a match, I just ordered another drink and had her sitting there looking crazy. She was like saying, do you want me to stay? I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you want to stay or not. I mean, the date is over, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. And then she put down the money towards the drinks and everything that we had. And then she was copping a plea, like saying that she felt bad about telling me that we weren't a match. I mean, I'm like, bitch, why are you feeling bad that we weren't a match? You did me a favor. First of all, you an old bitch anyway, so I mean, what were we gonna do together? I was just hoping, I was hoping maybe we can smash or something on the first or second date, and then go on about my business. I was hoping we can do a friends with benefits type of thing. That's what I was hoping, because that's what old bitches are use for. They're supposed to be for recreational use only. Okay? If a bitch ain't married with their man, with their husband, by the time that they pass their childbearing years, okay? Which it seems to be, for black women, it seems to be over 40, that's their childbearing years. Or they had all their children when they were younger with a pookie or a motherfucker that they don't like, and then they actually find somebody that they like and they want to have children, and that man want to have children with her, and she's like, nah, I don't want to have no children, I have my tubes tied. And what? That's why men my age, who are in their 50s, who are in their 40s, actually in their 30s, they should be looking at younger women as an option. Now, this bitch who said that we weren't a match did me a favor. Let me just say this. This bitch was married 4 times. Repeat, 4 times, all right? A 4-time loser. And then the last one, I don't really want to count it, because she married the guy in order to put him on her health insurance, man. What kind of bullshit is that? You know, you marry somebody to put them on their health insurance. It really must be that bad out there that some people can't get health insurance and need a surgery, that they gotta marry somebody to get health insurance. That's crazy in this country. But hey, you know, Some people marry each other for immigration status. I don't know. But it's crazy out there nowadays, especially in the United States. So, either fellas, young men who are my age, or older men, older gentlemen my age, it's one or two things you should be doing right now at this point. And this is what I'm doing. Because I don't want to deal with American women anymore. I'm cool with that. Unless they're in their mid-20s to early 30s, I don't want to fuck with them. Because you're dealing with women, when you're dealing with women over 35, over 40, you have to deal with the divorcees, you have to deal with baby mamas, you have to deal with their children, you have to deal with their children when they get old. When they have older children, you're still going to be dealing with them because they got grandchildren that come over for Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter. You got to still deal with that bullshit. Now, how does it look? A man that doesn't have any children is with a woman that has children, that was a divorcee or a baby mama who has grown children. All right? And you playing step grandpops. And those children, they're looking at you crazy like, are you my granddaddy? No, I'm not your granddaddy. Peanut head motherfucker. Anyway, this is what you have to deal with. See, that's something you don't think about when you're up here messing around with these old bitches, man. See, the dating coaches are not telling you this. None of the content creators are not telling you this. I'm telling you this because this is something that I've observed. And I understand why men back in the 80s when I was growing up, I used to see men that got divorced from their women. And let me just tell you this, man, the different dynamics of white women and black women, the dynamics are still the same. All right? Black women, they don't get married to their baby mom, their baby daddy. They have a whole lot of children with these men. That's not even worth marrying. All right? And men, sometimes they disappear or they just run them off or whatever. Whatever the case. I think these women just run these men off. And the same dynamics with these white women. I think these white women who get married to these white men, they file for divorce and they run the men off. As soon as they get them in court, get child support or alimony or whatever the fuck. You know what that white man does? They move to another state and say, bitch, yeah, try to collect, bitch. They go ahead and move to another state. They move to a state like Texas or Wyoming or whatever. They say, they tell that bitch, try to collect from me, bitch. Try and find me, bitch. It's the same but different. This is just something that I observed, but if I'm in error, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. I don't know too much about black, Hispanic women and their men, but I know that men run off too, but 9 times out of 10 they usually stay together because that's usually a family dynamic. Even when they get off the boat and come here, there's still a family dynamic. You know, the man wants to be the father of their children. They want to raise their children. They don't want to raise their children in broken homes because it's not accepted in their home country, and it's sure not accepted here. That when they bring it here, it's sure not going to be accepted because that's their traditional norms. They haven't been Americanized as of yet. Now their children, the offspring, they're going to be Americanized. So I don't know, but you don't really hear about it. You don't really hear about the dirty laundry in other races, all right? This is just something that I observed, especially in the white community. They don't talk about this shit because, let me just say this. All the social ills among black folks, especially black men and black women, Every outside group loves to observe and criticize what we're doing or how we're living. All right? They love to criticize our social ills. And even some of these Uncle Tom, well, not the Uncle Tom, even these Sambo motherfuckers, they love to jump on the YouTube live and talk about how black women this and black women that. I know I've done it. And I was out of line for it. And I apologize for it. I wasn't wrong, but I shouldn't have aired it out. I shouldn't have aired it out on my podcast because not for nothing, even though I did a podcast about interracial dating. I date interracially. I still do. I wouldn't marry anybody interracial, and I still stand by it. I wouldn't marry anybody from a different race, nor will I have children with them. And I'll tell you why. The offspring, you may say phenotypically that offspring will be black, but socially in their mind, they're not black. Okay? In their mind, they're kind of confused. All right? They're kind of confused because they're lighter than me. My child is definitely going to be lighter than me. They're not going to be darker than me or dark as me or darker than me. They will be lighter than me. All right? They're going to want to understand their white side of the family. You're going to be asking questions, why do I have a white mother and I have a black father? I'm being called black. And then when the offspring grows up, they're going to go either one or two extremes. They're going to go pro-black or distance themselves from the black community and marry white and breed out. Because when a half-breed marries a white woman, a white person, they're going to breed out. And besides, I want to have children that looks just like me, my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather, all my generation, men and women in my family. All right? And I still stand on it. I will marry a black woman. All right? But I will not marry anybody outside of my race. That's not black. I'll date a white woman. I'll date an Asian woman. I'll date a Hispanic woman. But I'm not going to take you serious. I'll smash, but I won't take it seriously. Now, I would date a white woman that dates exclusively black men. But they would have to have an understanding of the offspring is not going to be black. There's not going to be 100% black, nor 100% white. And also, you will, as a white woman, you will be accepted. You may be accepted in the black community, may or may not, because black folks love white folks. I don't mind them. I tolerate them to a point. But like Greg Adams, Coach Greg Adams said, white folks, it's usually a class, they don't pay black folks any attention until we start moving into their areas where they have to compete with us. If they have to compete with us, that's when the claws come out. But other than that, they ain't got no problem with us. They ignored us. Believe it or not, I get ignored more than anything when I go into white spaces. Especially when I go down south in some of these bars, they don't pay any attention to me. They may say, what's up? They may say, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, you all right? Because they're naturally, they're just curious. They just don't know how to mind their business. I'm sorry, that's just how they are. But other than that, I don't mess with them. They don't bother me. I don't bother them. I may date their women every once in a while. You'll see me holding hands with one of them, but you won't see me smashing them. But other than that, it's nothing personal. But like I said, with these old bitches, especially these old bitches, man, leave these old bitches alone. All right, let them die out. Because let me tell you something. They should have been married 20 years ago. They should have had a man to be covered under their protection, under their leadership, being covered. Okay? I mean, you can date, because let me tell you something. If the modern woman, I mean, I'll put it to you this way: if a woman gets the attention, an old woman gets the attention 30 years ago, when an old woman was out there dating, they're usually being pursued by a man that's interested in them, and they're usually eternally grateful to them. They usually well, not grateful, but they're more receptive, because they know not a lot of men are actually looking at them because either they're overweight or they wrinkled up, or they don't look like they used to look when they were 25 years ago, when they were younger. Nowadays, 50-year-old women, they look fabulous, man. Most of them are, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them are fine, man. A lot of them look better than some of these 25-year-old girls now. But what the fuck am I gonna do with a 50-year-old woman, a 51-year-old woman? I mean, yeah, she looks great, but what the fuck am I gonna do with her? Look at me, I'm in my 50s. I'm in my 50s. I got a nice little career. I got properties. I got all this, man. I got business. I got properties. I got a job, business, and a career, and a side hustle. I'm hustling, man. The fuck I'm gonna do with a 50-year-old woman? Because think about it, people. A 50-year-old woman, you're gonna get old. They're gonna get older. They're gonna go in their 60s, and then they're gonna go in their 70s. And usually, when the older you get, the more health issues that's gonna come up, and you're going to be taking care of that one. Okay. Either you're going to be taking care of that woman, or the children, if she has any children, the children are going to move you to the side, and they're going to have you take care, and they're going to be taking care of their mother. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Even though you're her husband, there's not a damn thing you can do about it. That's the dynamics of being with an old bitch, man. Get a young bitch, man. Get somebody in their 20s. Just have fun, man. Just you're as young as you feel, man. If you feel like you're 30 and you're 51, go out with 30-year-old women. That's what the fuck I'm doing. Because let me just say this, because if I break up with or get rejected by a 30-year-old woman, that's kind of expected, because okay, you don't want to be with an old man, I get it. Now I understand why. You want somebody closer to your age, I get it. But that's not what I'm looking for. Okay? What are the other options, brothers? If you move outside of if you go outside of this country, if you travel a little bit, go outside of this country, you'll understand that age is not a barrier of getting with a younger woman. Matter of fact, it's kind of expected, and especially if you have the financial resources to take care of that woman, the family will definitely overlook that shit. That you're a 40-year-old man with a 20-year-old girl. But like I said, if you go overseas, you better learn the culture. You better learn the culture and customs, man. Because it is a different world. And it will fuck you up. But listen, let me go ahead and get on out of here, man. I took up too much of your time already on this beautiful Saturday. Go ahead and enjoy what's left of it. I know I am. I got basketball games I got to bet on, and I got some more work to do. I got some packing, and I got some work to do. But listen, this is Talking Crazy 88, and I am out of here. And black folks, let's be careful out there, all right?